Tell us what it's like to be CMO of a big global brand like Hyatt Hotels.
It's great. I mean, you know, I think the hospitality business is a fascinating business, a complex business, but a fascinating business. And if you like people, it's a great business to be in because you get to touch your customers every day.
Absolutely. How has the mobile device changed your business?
The reason it's changing things is it's changing consumer expectations. And so now we have a mobile device that allows you to you know, sync up your TV so that you can actually watch what you would normally watch on your computer on your actual TV in the room, whether you can actually text to interact with a concierge or ask for things in your room. Sometimes people don't want to talk to people these days. Other times they want to talk to everybody. So you really have to be agnostic in that sense.
So what's the Hyatt experience for a customer on a mobile device today?
Well, I mean, you can do basic things like obviously book your room and search and browse and shop. But I think we're increasingly trying to find ways to create stickiness, right? So I think the best mobile devices actually take out a pain point and make things more seamless for you. And those are the things that we're testing.
Mm-hmm. So it sounds like a lot of what you guys do is make the Hyatt experience better for your customers and more seamless for your customers. Do you think that's a big part of a CMO's role?
I think you have to care about the customer experience, right? I mean, as a CMO, there's a couple of basic things. You have to care about growth and revenue, and you have to care about the customer. You are, in essence, the customer's champion. And the rate of pace doesn't just happen by itself. It changes because consumers are changing. And so you have to care about how that's happening and what that actually translates to.
Okay, so this is one of my favorite questions. You have this role that people dream about, that a lot of young women would aspire to in their careers. What advice would you have for somebody who's just getting out of college or just getting into the business that says, I want to be just like her?
My big line for when I talk to young people, whether you know they're women or men, is that if I can do it, you can do it. You know, so you just have to allow life to take you where it takes you and rise up to the challenge and not be afraid, right? It's like face your fear and push past it. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm a kid who grew up in Iran, who moved here, who you know, didn't have like inherent connections. I just worked hard and to some degree was lucky. And I just sort of pushed past it. So for me, it was all about not seeing the obstacles.
That's terrific. I love it. Okay, last question for you. What's exciting about 2018?
I think it's hard to know what's going to happen in 2018. I was just actually at a conference where the conversation was all about AI and driverless cars and how that's going to happen much faster than we think. I think it's hard to know exactly what's going to happen in 2018. I think you just have to be laser focused on your customer. And I think as a global company, that means a customer that's in, you know, China, India, France, all over. And consumers are different in different pockets of the world. And so you really have to be focused on that. I mean, I was recently in China, and what I loved is that people don't actually exchange business cards. They just use QSR codes. People behave differently, and I find that fascinating.
Well, thank you so much, Maryam, for taking the time with us this morning.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah, I love talking to you. Thanks.